Hello and welcome to the next episode of our Let's Look At series where we go through the AD&D Monster Manual. We left off on elementals, so we have earth, fire, water elementals. Wait, did they have wind? And I skipped it? Yeah, air elemental first. Then we have elephants. And then we have elves, which is a huge a huge section, so I'm going to read through most of it. So, elves are of various sorts, including a marine race, all of which are detailed here. These creatures are able to operate in two or more classes simultaneously, so fighters/clerics, for example, are possible. Note also that level of proficiency may vary between the two or more classes. And then we have the subclasses. We have aquatic elf, also called sea elves. They are akin to mermen as land elves are to man. Found almost exclusively among heavy weed beds in quiet, sheltered salty waters, they are great friends of the dolphins. And then we have the drow. The black elves, or drow, are only legend. They purportedly dwell deep beneath the surface in strange subterranean realm. The drow are said to be as dark as fairies are bright and as evil as the latter are good. Tales picture them as weak fighters but strong magic users. Grey elf, not familiar with this one. These noble elves are the rarest and most powerful of their kind. They are more intelligent than other sorts, +1 on dice rolls for the intelligence, and thus view super genius abilities, and those few with super genius abilities can become wizards. There's a hair on my page. They are very reclusive, living in isolated meadowlands, and never associate with any other humanoids other than elves, for long or with frequency. And we have half-elf. All half-elves are of human stock. They are handsome folk with the good features of each of their races. They mingle freely with either race, being only slightly taller than the average elf, and weighing about 150 pounds. Okay. Wood elves. Sometimes called sylvan elves, these creatures are very reclusive and generally, 75%, avoid all contact. Wood elves are more neutral than any other elves. They are usually strong for elves, add +1 to all die rolls, treating 19 as 18. Okay, hold on. We've been having power issues, and I don't want the power to go out and me lose my place. So I'm gonna put bookmark where I was. That's the end of elves. We got an Etten, and then we get floating eye. Floating eyes are saltwater fish of very unusual nature. They have transparent bodies and a single large eye, of about 3-inch diameter. Okay, and then we have it. Kind of looks like a beholder, from what the art is showing me. Eye of the Deep, where it is possible that this monster is a relative of the beholder, for there are remarkable similarities between the two species. The Eye of the Deep dwells only at great depths of the ocean, floating slowly about, stalking prey. Okay. Flightless bird. These large avian creatures are typified by the ostrich, emu, and rhea. Frog, giant. Fungi. Here we go. Fungi violet. Violet fungus growths resemble shriekers and are usually 70% encountered with them. The latter are immune to the touch of violet fungi, and the two types of creatures complement each other's existence. Violet fungi favors rotted animal matter to grow upon. Okay. Gar, like an alligator gar? This is a giant version. Unlike their smaller relatives, giant gar... Hold on, did I skip a page? Because it goes right to violet fungi. I guess it, yeah. Unlike their smaller relatives, giant gar tend to be aggressive hunters. They inhabit only large, deep lakes and rivers. They are capable of swallowing prey whole, and only hit of 20 indicates they have done so. Okay. Gargoyle. These monsters are ferocious predators of magical nature. They are typically found amidst ruins or dwelling in underground caverns. Gas spore. Kind of looks like a beholder again. At any distance greater than 10, a gas spore is 90% likely to be mistaken for a beholder. Okay. Even at close range, there's a 25% possibility that the creature will be viewed as the eye tyrant, for a gas sphere has a false central eye and rhizome growths atop it, which strongly resembles the eye stalks of a beholder. Ooh, gelatinous cube. I've never used one of these, and I've always wanted to. I just never had it. I never had it come up. Gelatinous cube is one of the scavengers not uncommon in dungeons. Its cubic form is ideal for cleaning all living organisms, as well as carrying from the floor and walls of the underground passageways. Certain very large cubes are taller so as to be able to garner masses the like from ceilings on as well. Ghast. These creatures are so like ghouls as to be completely indistinguishable from them, and they and they are usually found only with a pack of ghouls. When the pack attacks, it will quickly become evident that gas are present, however, for they exude a carrion stench in a 10 radius which causes retching and nausea unless a saving throw versus poison is made. Ghost. Ghosts are the spirits of evil humans who are so awful in their badness that they have been rewarded, or perhaps cursed by being given undead status. Ghoul. Ghouls are undead, once human creatures which feed on human and other corpses. Although their change from human to ghoul has deranged and destroyed their minds, ghouls have a terrible cunning which enables them to hunt their prey most effectively. And then we're on to giants, which is one of my favorites. I love using giants in campaigns. Cloud Giant. Unlike the commoner sorts of giants, cloud giants usually reside in crude castles built atop mountains or on magical cloud islands. When found in their lair, it is 60% likely that the cloud giants will have a 1 to 4 spotted lion as pets/guards. Fire Giant. Sorry, I had you on. Fire giants are so often found in castles as in caverns. If found in their lair, it is 25% likely that they will have 1 to 4 hellhounds of the largest size as watchdogs. Okay. Frost Giant. Frost giants are more commonly inhabit castles, although they often lair in large frigid caverns. Okay. Hill Giant. Hill giants always dwell in caves or similar underground habitations. These lairs are typically of forsaken areas. Stone Giants. Stone giants inhabit mountainous regions in most cases, dwelling in caves or caverns. They are fond of cave bears and are 75% likely to have 1 to 4 guarding their lair. Okay, so each giant has something. Cloud giants has spotted lions. Fire giants have hellhounds. Frost have bears, was it? Yeah. No, winter wolves. Hill giants have some other creatures, like giant lizards or dire wolves. Stone giants had bears. Storm giant, which is the most powerful. Oh, that's how it starts. Storm giant. The most powerful and respected true giant is the storm giant. These great, genuinely reclusive creatures inhabit only out-of-the-way places. They're typically cloud islands, mountain peaks, or underwater, and their storm giants build their spacious castles. It is 30% that the lairs of storm giants will have animals as guards and or pets. Okay. Gnoll. Gnolls travel and live in rapacious bands of loose organization, with the largest dominating the rest. These bands recognize no other gnoll as supreme, but they do not necessarily dislike other bands, and on occasion 2 or more such groups will join together briefly in order to fight, raid, loot, or similarly have greater chance of success against common foe or potential victim. Gnomes. Similar to their larger cousins dwarves, the social organization of gnomes is based on clans, and these groups are likewise neither exclusive nor hostile to each other. Although there does exist a rivalry wherein each tries to outdo the other groups. Goat. Goblin. Oh, my throat. Goblins have a tribal society, the strongest ruling the rest, allowing fealty to the goblin king. It is possible that goblins are distantly related to kobolds, like the latter. Goblins enjoy dwelling in dismal surroundings, although they tend to inhabit caves and similar underground places in preference to any habitation above ground. Golem. Clay golem. What time is it? Oh, we're good. A clay golem can be created by a lawful cleric of 17th or higher level, unless a magical tome is used, in which case a lower level cleric can create one. Flesh golem. A flesh golem can be created by means of a magical tome or by a high-level magic user employing a wish spell, a polymorph any object, a geas, a protection from all missiles, and a strength spell. Okay. Iron golem. Construction of an iron golem, bipedal and manlike, requires a magical tome or a magic user of 18th or higher level, employing the following spells: wish, polymorph any object, geas, and cloud kill. Okay. Stone golem. Stone golems of man-like shape are constructed by means of a magical tome or magic user of 16th or higher level, employing the following spells: wish, polymorph any object, geas, and slow. Okay. Gorgon. Gorgons are bull-like creatures covered with thick metal scales. They prefer the fastness of a wilderness or druid caverns for habitation. A gorgon is able to breathe out a cloud of noxious vapors which will turn any creature to stone unless they make the appropriate saving throw. Grey ooze. This creature corrodes metal at the same rate a black pudding does, i.e., chainmail is eaten, though in a single melee round. Through a single melee round. This acid, what? This, its acid do not harm to, do no, can't read. Oh my goodness. Its acids do no harm to stone or wood. Green slime. Green slimes are strange plant growths found in subterranean places. Although they cannot move, they slowly grow, feeding on animal and vegetable and metallic substances. They are sensitive to vibrations and will often drop upon passing creatures from above. Green slime will attach itself to living flesh, and in 1 to 4 melee rounds thereafter turn the creature into green slime. No resurrection possible. That is horrifying. Griffin. Groaning spirit. The groaning spirit, or banshee, is the spirit of an evil female elf, a very rare thing indeed. The spirit returns to harm the living. It is found only in desolate countrysides, moors, etc. So it's a banshee, but it's called a groaning spirit. Halfling. Halflings are basically hardworking, orderly, and peaceful citizens of communities similar to humans, although their villages usually contain many burrow homes as well as surface cottages. Harpy. I've used a harpy really. I once used a harpy as a pirate captain. I liked it. I might do it again. Harpies have the bodies of vultures but the upper torsos and heads of women. They are voracious carnivores and foul creatures. Hellhound. Hellhounds are not normally from the material plane, but some few now dwell on it, having been brought along by various creatures who wished their evil service. Herd animal. Herd animals live in all climes: musk, oxen, and reindeer at the North Pole, giraffe and antelope at the equator. Okay, hippocampus. The hippocampus is the most prized of marine steeds, for they are strong, swift, and intelligent. They differ from the normal seahorse in that they have a long rear body similar to that of a great fish, and the hippocampus has 4 legs ending in powerful fins. Hippogriff. Hippogriffs dwell only in places uninhabited by men, generally nesting on rocky crops and similar places. They are fierce fighters and will defend themselves resolutely. Hippopotamus. Hobgoblin. Tribal bands of hobgoblins are likely to be encountered nearly anywhere, as these creatures are equally at home in sunlight or subterranean setting. They fight well in full daylight and have infravision so as to be able to fight in total darkness as well. Homunculus Hydra. Oh, I'm skipping. Homunculus horse, then Hydra. Let's read Hydra. Hydras are reptilian monsters found in marshes, swamps, and similar places, as well in the subterranean lairs. Their large 4-legged bodies. Is it blurry? No, it's good. It's good. Large subterranean layers. Their large 4-legged bodies are surmounted by from 5 to 12 heads. Roll an 8-sided die to determine number. Each head has one hit die of a full 8 hit points. And we know what happens when you cut off their head. Imp. Imps are very rare on the material plane, but on the planes of Archeon and Hell they are not uncommon. An imp is created from a larva. It is a very minor devil created to spread evil in the form of a familiar to a lawful evil magic user or cleric. Intellect Devourer. The Intellect Devourer is one of the most feared of monsters. They are found dwelling deep beneath the ground or in a dark and dismal lairs in the wilderness. Although they are able to attack with their great claws, their primary offensive means is psionic, for they subsist on psychic energy of their prey, whether gained from the dying shriek or by more subtle means. Invisible Stalker. Irish Deer. What the hell? Ixitixal. Ixitxachitl. I'm going to read this one. Ixolitls are a race of intelligent race which dwell in the shallow tropical seas. They are of evil disposition and clerical in nature. For every 10 encountered, there will be one which is the equivalent of a second-level human cleric with regard to spell use. For every 20 encountered, there will be a third-level equipment. For every 50 encountered, there will be a fifth-level equivalent. Okay, hard to say, and I've never heard of them. And I think we'll call it there, because that's a good place to end it. Starting into the J's. But if you enjoyed what you saw, consider leaving a like and maybe subscribing. And thanks for watching.